The House of Ezebuiro. The great Chief Ezebuiro of Umuoji Kingdom was a man of power, wisdom, and wealth. His household, built on tradition, stood as a symbol of prosperity. But beneath the surface, behind the grand compound walls, a silent war brewed, one that no warrior could fight with swords. In his palace of many rooms, his 3 wives lived under the same roof, but shared nothing except hatred, jealousy, and ambition. Neka, the first wife, a woman of iron will, her presence commanded respect. She was the mother of the first son, and to her, that alone made her the rightful queen of the household. Adaugo, the second wife. Once the chief's favorite, she had known the sweetness of power, but with time, her influence faded and desperation replaced confidence. Olachi, the third wife. The youngest, the most mysterious, and the one with a heart that belonged to another. She never wanted to marry the chief, but fate and family debt forced her into his arms. In the compound, whispers ran like the wind. The servants knew the truth. The wives were enemies, watching, waiting, and plotting their next moves. The chief's decline. One fateful morning, the chief fell ill. His once mighty voice weakened, his strong hands trembled, and his control over his home slipped through his fingers. As the chief's condition worsened, his wives knew one thing. His time was running out, and with it, their chance to secure power for their children. Neka saw her moment. She began calling secret meetings with the elders, ensuring that her son, Obinna, would inherit the chief's wealth and title. But Adaugo would not be outdone. She turned to the chief's advisors, whispering promises in exchange for support. Chief Ezebuiro is dead. Silence falls over the compound. The battle for his legacy has truly begun. Obinna had grown into a man of great strength, wisdom, and courage. He was everything his father once was, and the village already looked to him as the future leader. But his heart belonged to the one woman he could never have, his father's wife, Olachi. Their love had begun in secret, stolen glances in the moonlight, whispered promises in the palm groves, hidden touches behind the chief's chambers. They knew the risk, but love had no boundaries. If we are discovered, they will kill us, Olachi warned. I would rather die than live a life without you, Obinna swore. But secrets never stay hidden forever. The betrayal. One night, as the full moon shone over the palace, Neka's most trusted servant spied Olachi slipping into Obinna's chambers. She hurried to her mistress with the news, her heart pounding with excitement. Neka's face twisted with rage. This was not just a betrayal, it was an abomination. By morning, the house was in chaos. The wives gathered, the elders were summoned, and Obinna and Olachi stood accused before the entire household. Chief Ezebuiro, weak but still proud, roared in fury. You dare to dishonor me in my own house? Obinna stepped forward, unafraid. Father, I love her. I always have. A gasp rippled through the crowd. The chief's eyes darkened, his breath ragged. Betrayal had cut deeper than any sickness ever could. You will be banished from this land, Neka declared, seizing her moment to strike. No, Adago countered, smiling wickedly. They should be punished here before us all. Olachi fell to her knees. Please, spare him. I will take the blame. I will leave. But Obinna would not allow it. He turned to his father, his voice steady. You raised me to be strong. You taught me that a man must follow his heart. My heart belongs to Olachi, and I will not deny it. The judgment. The elders whispered, debating their fate. To betray a husband was a crime, but to betray a father and a king? It was unforgivable. Finally, the chief spoke. I will not kill my own blood. But you will leave this house today? You are no longer my son. Obinna held Olachi's hand, and his face unreadable, his heart shattered. As they turned to leave, Olachi's last glance fell upon Neka and Adaugo, 2 women who had fought for power and won, yet remained trapped in a war that would never end. Redemption or regret. Days turned to weeks, and the chief's condition worsened. In the silence of his chamber, he realized he had lost more than he had won. His house was still divided. His wives still fought. His son was gone. Did he make the right choice? Or had his pride destroyed the very family he sought to protect? Some say that Obinna and Olachi found a new home beyond the hills, where love reigned over tradition. Others say they perished, victims of a world that refused to accept them. As for the household of Chief Ezebuiro, the war did not end that day. It had only just begun. In a house where love and war share the same walls, there are no winners, only survivors. Don't miss this epic animated drama of love, power, and betrayal. Subscribe for more gripping African storytelling.